our locally produced aseptic packaging, signifying our commitment to supporting and contributing to the growth of our local economy, as well as dedication to our customers, granting them the opportunity of using the proudly South African logo on their locally produced Tetra Pak packages. Together with our customers and stakeholders, Tetra Pak is committed to growing a brighter South African future.
Investing, so thank you very much indeed. Now, despite a strained domestic and global economic climate, this factory expansion demonstrates that South Africa does indeed have the elements that makes it an attractive destination for investors. This gives us renewed impetus and hope as government to forge ahead with our partnership with business, and also for us to overcome the challenges that our country is going through at the moment in energy, in logistics, in water, and other sectors. Now, these are challenges that we do believe that we are men and women enough to address. The structural reforms that we have been driving as the sixth administration will in the long term result in wide-ranging transformative change across the South African economy, and will also improve the business operating environment in our country. We embarked on these reforms, having realized that our economy was not growing at the level at which we desired. And as we introspected and looked very closely and carefully at what was impeding the growth of our economy, we found and realized that there were a number of areas where we needed to implement reforms. And we have dutifully and faithfully embarked on that process. And that process was aided and abetted by the views, the thoughts, and the suggestions, and the pleas from business. And the cooperative relationship germinated even way before then, but it solidified as we put our heads together in terms of how we can drive the reforms and implement them. Now, these reforms continue, and they are bearing fruit. They are becoming successful. There's still some way to go, but we do believe that the key areas that need to be addressed in terms of the reforms are underway. We know and understand what the challenges are, what the problems are, and we are tackling all those challenges. Tetra Pak has announced that through this expansion, it will be exporting products to the rest of our continent. This export potential amounts to approximately a number of millions annually, maybe 500 million. This is very timely given South Africa's recent commencement of trade under the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. This free trade area gives all South African companies a great boost, and also sort of begins to show us that growth is possible, and all we need to do is to prepare our companies to go and harvest the growth that this AFCTA is bringing to us as a country, as we begin to trade more effectively with the rest of the continent. Our exports to the rest of our continent already include Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Malawi, Botswana, Nigeria, and Kenya. We have no doubt this expanded facility will be able to harness the benefits of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area Tetra Pak is a global leader in packaging and processing solutions in the food industry and has had a presence and manufacturing in South Africa for quite a long time. Since 1963, this factory was originally built 45 years ago in 1979, and its longevity is clearly a testament to the power of innovation. And as one walked through just this factory floors, you could see that innovation is very much a part and parcel of your existence. That you are innovating and moving with the times and changing and making life a lot better for people in terms of how food should be packaged and how it should be delivered to your customers. From the early days of producing standard packaging solutions like the humble milk carton, its scope has broadened over the years as Tetra Pak adopted new technologies, I would say even modern and sexy technologies, if I can call it that make life so much easier. And particularly to bring these technologies in line with global efforts towards less carbon-intensive production processes. Now, Tetra Pak South Africa has reached a new milestone, I would say, with this being the only facility in Africa that will produce carton aseptic packaging. And this was shown to me, and I found it to be, what do you call it? Yes, fascinating, but also sexy. Now, don't think about many other things. It's just what it means. When they demonstrated, and I could see that as Carlos was demonstrating it with a great deal of passion and continuing to say, this is the only place where it's made. And as he was showing me the machines, this is how we make the hole. This is how we seal the hole and all that. So that's really innovative, and we need to applaud you for that. I say this because I love new things, new technology, gadgets, and when I see them, I get very fascinated, as you say, my dear Premier. Now, this is a boost of confidence, particularly in our own localization program. I'm pleased to hear that Tetra Pak is now under the proudly South African umbrella, having received your certification last week. And we give you a big round of applause for that. Now, the expansion of this facility will enable Tetra Pak to produce 80% of its packaging material locally, compared to approximately 60% in the past, when most of the material sold locally was imported from other Tetra Pak facilities around the world. Now, this pleases us because as a government, we've been insisting that we should have more and more localization, more and more of the ingredients to whatever implements we need to use to manufacture anything should be made locally, because that in itself increases jobs, increases the growth of our economy. As more manufacturing capacity and expertise is retained here, new industries and businesses and value chains are able to emerge and be supported on the South African soil. Now, as a consequence of our efforts to build a more inclusive economy are boosted, customers will have the benefit of a broader range as a result of also having good turnaround times for customer deliveries and faster turnaround moments, and the factory will be able to better respond to the evolving needs of your customers, but more broadly of the market as a whole. Now, localization to us is more than improving domestic industrial capacity. It is about enabling the South African economy to grow from having manufacturing taking place here. It is also about ensuring that jobs are created in South Africa and that jobs are also retained in our country. Now, when we first started talking about localization, we were almost laughed out of court because a number of commentators kept saying the economy is incapable of having all the ingredients to the manufacturing products or manufactured products that have to be brought to market. But we have heard and we have seen how many companies have been seeking to localize, and Tetra Pak is one of those. And we thank you for that, because we were not daydreaming. We knew what we were talking about, and companies such as yours has followed in turn. And for us, this is a very, very big issue, to ensure that things are manufactured here in South Africa and we use the ingredients here. I'm told that this upgraded plant will now have the capacity to produce 1.8 billion packs annually, utilizing the labor of the 99 employees who work here. Now, 1.8 billion is a big number. And to have this being produced here in Pinetown, for us is a huge feather to our heads, and we thank you for that. Now, I wish to commend Tetra Pak for not wavering in its commitment to create and continue to invest in the education, the skilling, and the training of your employees, as well as providing a bursary scheme for their dependents. It was a joy as one walked through meeting a number of your employees and hearing them, or you saying that they've been trained in a number of other countries. They've traveled around the world to various parts of the world to absorb knowledge, to be trained, to be more skilled, upskilled and all that. And we commend you for this. This is exactly what we want to see more and more companies doing. So we thank you for being among those companies that do precisely that. And so thank you very much. You are also playing your part in advancing a low-carbon circular economy. Now, this is being done by adopting innovative production processes and through your company's commitment to recycling. Now, this factory, I'm told, adopts the global best practice followed at the other facilities worldwide. And I'm told that you are aiming for carbon neutrality by 2030. And I congratulate you once more as Tetra Pak on this very important milestone, and thank you for your ongoing commitment and confidence in South Africa. South Africa is clearly an investment destination. We've been saying this, but we are also an investment destination with significant untapped potential. And by leveraging our unique value proposition as a country, we have the ability to attract higher levels of investment. And we've seen this at our investment conferences where you've participated as a company. We've just come now from opening a storage facility where the company came forward and pledged to invest 3.1 billion rand, and they have done so. And you are similarly in the company of those companies that stood up to make pledges at our conference. And today, as South Africans, we see that indeed, even as a foreign-owned company, you have lived up to your commitment. You've lived up to your pledge, and we therefore have confidence in you as you have confidence in South Africa, and that is why you made that commitment. So we thank you for having confidence in South Africa and for wanting to continue to invest in our country, to invest in the people who work for you, and also to look at the future and continue to say, we will train the people who work here. You will also support their children with a bursary scheme. It's not many companies who do that, so we thank you for going beyond the call of duty. Thank you so much for all that as well. Now, we look forward to working with you as Tetra Pak on your future pipeline of investments and hopefully on new announcements at the forthcoming South Africa investment conferences, so that I can whisper to you, we are going to have further asset, and we have shown that you can have confidence in us, that as a country, much as we face enormous challenges, we've demonstrated that we are able to find solutions, to work together, and to move this country forward. And besides, we know that you've got so many customers. As I looked at all the packaging that you're making, from milk to fruit to this and that, you are truly loved in this country, not only by us who are here, but also by your customers. So that means that you've got to continue making yourself better, you've got to continue innovating, and you've got to continue investing. So I look forward to seeing you at my next investment conference, and I look forward to you stepping forward, coming to the podium and making a big investment announcement. So thank you very much.
Mr. President, deserve a huge round of applause and a standing ovation. We can do way better than that. We can take our seat. Thank you so much, His Excellency. In the book of Revelation in the Bible, there is a verse that says that after reading this book, you must not add or delete anything. So I'm just going to do that and obey. Your word was so fundamental.